So yeah, this is a second class of Mat 2 where I will be discussing about the front end and the back end structures and all. So yeah, let's start it. I think the screen is visible. Yeah, okay, fine. So let's do today's class. Uh, what we will be doing today is basically building the pages and all. So for pages, I will start with the components. I think in the previous class I have told you about the structures and all. So in this class, I will just tell you how to get the right components or build the right components. For example, let's start with home. So I'm just giving you a front end codes and all how to generate it. I have done it, but I will show you how to write the code actually. Because this, I will say, this lecture is most valuable for you guys. Those who were seeing this recorded also, it would be great if you would follow the things as per like I will guide you. So in the front end coding part, like you have very few things. So first of all comes the data part. So how to actually give a data, like prepare a data one. First of all, I will do see the syntax very clearly. First of all, you will write data like this. Under that function is there. Then curly braces will open, and then what you will write. So this is the basic structure. In Python also you will do the same thing also, defining the function first, and under that doing in the curly braces, this is a new thing which we will be talking about. So in every coding structures and all, we have a return statement. So let us write the return statement. So in the under the return statement, we will be doing things. So this is a thing which we will be doing in the front end, not in the back end. I am repeating the things. What the front end means in the JS files, dot JavaScript files, not in the dot .py files. Remember this. All these coding patterns would be done in the dot .js files, not in the dot .py files. Next, we have a like how to define the functions. So I was yesterday telling you how to define an object and all. So I will show you how to code that. So inside return, what I will do, I will just do like this. I am just defining like it's a variable. Under this variable, I am just making this empty. Next, I am defining a object. How to define an object? Do like this. Suppose I'm defining like this form data. No, wait. Form data. Then colon. This is how you actually define a object. Inside you again do curly braces. Basically, object is like dictionary in Python. You can remember like this. Under this, you will give the variables like key and value pairs. For example, I give like this name colon, then email. This type of things you will do for the data part. So remember this thing very well. This thing is very important. This part data, because in every page you may I will not tell always. 90% of the time you need the data method to be used, data function to be used. So remember this very carefully. Next, what is that? I think you are getting the point. Let me check the meeting. Any questions there? I think up till now, no questions there. Like, are you able to see the? Okay, fine, understood. Yeah, fine. So next thing, what is there? We will be doing with the methods. So what actually does methods does? Let me tell you. This is also an important function. So again, the same thing under the methods. You will start with curly braces. No confusion to that. And what is the work of methods? Like data actually stores the data values and all. What method does? By the name method, you can easily understand it is a type of function. Like in Python, let me give an example. Uh, like in Python, we define something like this: def add, then uh, c is equals to a plus b, return c, or print c, whatever you want. So something like this I do, like a comma b we can pass as an argument also, your wish. any type of thing. I think you're quite familiar with this, how to do this type of functions in Java. So similarly, this is known as methods in front end or JavaScript, like JavaScript coding structures and all. So how we will be doing things? We actually basically need few concepts in this. For example, in Python, we are actually not like we are happy with the simple things like calling two variables, adding them, and returning them. That's all. But here we will be doing something different. Okay, let me open Postman for you. I think it will make you more clear. Just wait, let me connect it so that you also get a good idea over here. It will take time. I don't know why. Just wait. Yeah, I think it's open. Okay, again that uh, I don't know what is the problem in this. Again, the same problem comes. I don't know the password. Just wait. I'm just opening via again this. Okay. Let me go by the website only. Just wait a bit because it takes very like it is very I don't like that part. Just wait. Let me enter the postman. Yeah, I think you are writing something. Okay, okay, fine. It may seem some irritating to you. Let me fix the issue first. I don't know why it takes so much time. Yeah. Okay, finally it has opened. No problem in that. I think it has opened. Yeah. Mm, I think it's coming. No problem. Where is the? I can't find it. Problems. I do not know the problem. What is going on? The post. Yeah, I think you are light using lightweight effect and yeah, I think done over here. Okay. Okay. I think it's working. Yeah, understood. It started working. I think no issues with that. Let me close this. Okay. So first of all, I will start the server. Then I will like feel you how it is done. You can also try the things what I how I am doing because it's a live coding part, so errors may occur. Don't worry. Source VPNP then slash activate then Python 3 app.py. Yeah, okay. So since it is running, no issues with that. I think it will work. Okay. Yeah, it works. Superb. It works well. It works well. Yeah. So no issues with that. So Postman actually works well in that. So if I want to tell you that important parts over here, so we need a API. For example, in methods in front end, we have this structure known as fetch. We have this option known as fetch. So what does fetch does? It actually calls the API from the backend. For example, something I have done any. Let me show you. Some router is there. I am just fetching. Fetching another means calling. I am just basically calling him. So how to call that? I am just showing you. For example, in this method, Inside this methods, what I will do, I will just create a function method name. For example, I am creating the same name only, add. So under this add, I am just telling, like defining him. This is a function. Then I will start the curly braces. Curly braces must for everyone. Then I will use the command fetch. Then under this fetch, what I will do, I am just telling you, but remember the syntax. You need to have exactly the structure like this. In this single quotes, you will give the backend structure, and in the after the giving the comma curly braces, you will be giving some headers and all. And why this is required, I am just telling you. So for example, let me check the. Uh, I have to check the application's backend. So I will use basically. Okay, let's take this one. This API home. This routing I will use. So I have copied it and just gone and paste it. So this is how I'm calling the backend. So this is a connection between the front end and the backend. So where is the backend part? Yeah. So from this app.route part, I have defined something. It's a very basic. I think you can understand over here. But don't worry, if you do not understand, I will later and make you understand this. Suppose I am just calling this part, this API I am calling. I have defined a app.route and I am just calling this. For these things, I will just call over here, and inside the curly braces, what I will give, first of all, remember everything, like first of all you need a method. Why? Because you need to tell the front end what type of method you want. For example, here I will use, I think this one is a get method, I think. Let me check that. Yeah. So no, nothing is over here. I think API home is for, I think password is everything is given over here. No, we can't take it because we need a authentication over here. We can't go for authentication. Don't worry. I need a very easy one. Let me find a easy one where, okay, okay. Let's check this one only because here no security is there. I am just showing because there is no security. Otherwise, we would have done that only. So we will be giving this method as get. After that, we will be using, yeah. And one more thing, if we are using any, for example, security, what we will be doing, headers. So headers is very important because it's the way how IITM also defines these things. So two things you need to give. First of all, content type, that is content type, which is like application slash JSON. And one more thing, comma. Here you should obviously use commas. Do not forget that because it will lead you to then syntax errors. Authentication. This one is important. This, remember this one, because this one, this line number 15 is common for every route. Common for every route. Like you may or may not give, but that's depending upon you. But it's common for every route. But this one, this authentication token is required only for routes where you are giving the security to them, because this will obviously be used where you are giving some securities. Remember that thing. And okay, someone is calling me. Don't know. Okay, fine. Let him call. Okay. So for example, authentication token is over there, and you want to, uh, like where security is there, you should use the authentication token. And what is authentication token? I will come to you later. Just remember this few terms over there. Storage dot get item. Just remember this thing because it's mandatory. Like it's a boilerplate. You can tell auth token. So this is how everything is done. Next, what we should do, basically what we should do over here. So I am just giving you the feeling that, okay, this is a basic structure. So for example, I am just taking this one. I'm just copying this part, going to this part, and remember this thing, how to test this in under the body section, under the body, I think headers. Yeah, this is a header section. So what you will do, I think here, okay, here we do not need to give anything, but when you are testing for anything, then you should apply over here content type application JSON, and authentication token you should use over here, nothing else. Over this part only, headers part only. So I did not record anything in the body test. Okay. And since it is a get option, let me try with the post. Let me see what it does. I think you can see this, what is in 405 method not allowed. If I check this also, it is telling no, post is not allowed over here. But when I give this to get, let me see what happens over here. I think you can see you can see them very well because I have done some inbuilt settings, not inbuilt settings, inbuilt values are given over there, and you can see this very well. I think you can see this very well that active equals to true, description is true, heart, everything you can see over there. Any problem up to this? Just tell me how to check the things and all. Yeah, understood. Okay. So this is how actually you check the things and all. So similarly, these things we are only doing like when the front end call this HTTP one to like the local server then API get departments, it get this type of JSON values, this type of JSON values, and these JSON values are used by us in the front end for the coding. Up till this is clear, this is the basic part, and if you have understood this part, you have most probably, according to me, you have done the 70% of the code work till now. Then how do we do this? Let's comes to the home pages and all. Because today we will be designing the home page and the login page. If time is there, we can also do the dashboard also. So what is this? I am just importing this never. Do not forget on like focus on this. So I think this template part, I think I do not need to make you understand anything over here because this div tags and all, I think you know very well, better than me also. So what I will tell you, focus on that. So what I did, I just export a default thing and I use a template. So I think you know how to make a template and all, how to use bootstraps and all. I am not going into that. But remember one thing, in this type of JavaScript file, you mandatorily do not need to give any HTML openings and all. That is not required. I'm repeating you, that is not required over here. Start with a div tag only. Do not write any HTML like, and in the beginning, do not give like such HTML tags and all. That is not required. You will need to start with div only. That is the reason over here. So I think you have understood how to do the templating part. I think there is no issue with that. If there is any issue, tell me. I am just watching this. If is there any issue with the div tags and all, how to use bootstraps and all? Do you know well in that case how to use bootstraps and all? Okay. So I think yeah. So this basic part is clear. No issues with that. So basically, the thing is like if you know this type of things, then homepage you can easily design. This thing is very common to you. Like you need to remember this line of code you should I have told you in the yesterday's class also. This you should remember, and under the template stack you should design in such a way. So homepage is not a issue with this. Then we come with the registration page. This is the important part where you need some good amount of things. So basically, again, starting with the same thing, I am going with the default part. Under this template, now comes the main thing. Suppose you have designed a good amount of like using the bootstraps and all. You have designed a XYZ type of like let me show you without telling I'm showing. Suppose this is a registration page. So I have designed something like this. Design is up to you, whatever you want to do. So I have created a long list type of these things. So basically here, this is an email address. So how can you make an email address and how to make text box? I think you know this very well by the through the Mad One theory and all. I think there is no issue in that. So how to create this labels and all, you know very well. I will now tell you how to actually place the placeholders well. For example, in the below section, you can see this data function. I think no issues with the data function. See the data function one. Under data, what I did in the functions tab, I give a return statement and defined a object, which I was telling you in the first place in the coding structure how to remember the things. So I have defined a object over here and a simple string type variable over here in this return part. So what I will do now, I have defined the data part over here very smoothly, and again a methods part. What is the methods telling me that I have created a regis user type of method under which I am calling the API patient register. Upon that, what I am doing, I am using a method called post, and the header name is content like type JSON application. You may or may not write that. Let's up that up to you, but it will not change anything. One more thing, what is this statement? There may be a question. Body JSON stringify, what this statement is called. Let me tell you what statement is called. For example, under these headers, okay, let me check once. What is the register? Yeah, fine. So what is this? This is under the headers. So I am giving a comma and just I am writing body colon JSON dot I think JSON dot stringify. Then I am telling form data. Okay, so I'll type error form data. So what is this actually telling? That I am actually basically sending a body of form data to the back end, not to the front end. Remember this thing. This statement, particularly this statement, I'm just typing for you. It means I am wrapping up data from front end, front end meaning the JavaScript file, to the back end, that is the Python file, so that you have a clear understanding of what is happening over here. Like you may or may not give. For example, I am basically like there is a registration page, so I need to collect the data from the user in the front end page and then send the data to the back end for the manipulations and all whatever we need to do. That is the reason I am using this. You understand the cause, that why I am actually using the coding structures over here, why I am sending the data and all. That's the main motive of this class. So basically I am sending the data from the front end to the back end. That's why I have written this part. I think no issues with that. Great. And after that, what I will be doing over here. So after sending the request, for example, I have sent something to the front end. So in response, he also he the back end also must be communicating with me. How to know that? So there is a statement known as dot response. I think data not response in request. Uh, this it's a arrow function. I think you know everywhere arrow function. Yeah, I think let me check once. Let me check. I think arrow yeah response dot JSON. So this actually tells you that it's giving a response. Again dot response data equals to what you are doing with the data. Uh, Suppose console dot log data. This is very easy JavaScript file handling part. So let me buckle up the thing. What this statement tells, this one, where the cursor is right now. So it basically tells me that okay, this is not request, this is response. Sorry, by mistake I have written. So what does this statement tells actually? This statement tells that okay, there is a incoming if there is an incoming like a request from the back end, I am processing it. Basically it tells the back end uh, the back end answer to our sended data, like the data sent from the front end to the back end. In response, with the back end is giving some answers to us. And what does this statement tells us? This statement basically tells us after what does the back end send to us send to us. So basically this data represent that what does it send to us, and in the console it will be getting printed over there. What is the data over there? So let us check what is there. I have discussed everything over here. Any issues with this? Any issues or problem with this? Just tell me. I am just opening the screen. Any issues with this? Any issues? Up till now everything is fine. Everything is fine. Just respond. Okay, fine. I think it's going well. Yeah. So this part, if you have understood, it's done. 80% up till now it's done. Now let me tell you how to like balance these things. So for example, I am sending something over here and doing all this type of things over here. So now I will tell how to check that. For example, I am going in the API patient register. So you can see this one. This is a post type data. So post type data actually means basically that we are sending some information. Let us see what by through the postman what is the data we require. So I'm just copying this thing and okay, pasting the thing. Think double is okay. Yeah. So let me, I think you know very well if I send this, it will show error. Yeah, method not allowed. So I will just change this and send it. So yeah, obviously it will tell you that unsupported type media because let me tell you, post is getting rejected because I have not given this type of data to it. For example, if I give this data, how to give this data? It is too big, so I will give some data only. Okay, so I will just go to the body and raw under that. Okay, let me small this text. Yeah. So I will just create a basically a this an object only. For example, under this I will give this type of data. Unless I'm just copying this and pasting this. Yeah, okay. I think it will not create a problem. Let me send this. No, it will create a problem because it's not this. Yeah, JSON is there. I need to create this well. Okay, I am giving this more x equals to a word. Okay, some problem with the backend or what? It's a raw word JSON. Yeah. Now it's okay. Not JSON. It should be JavaScript file. Yeah. What is string unsupported did not attempted to load this one because was not application. Let me check this raw one. Unsupported media type. Unsupported media type. Okay. Okay. So let me show you the example by the backend only. Let me check that. That is the routes part. Okay. So I'm actually going for API patient register. Yeah, this part. So I think you can see this one list of entries sent from front end. So now I will show you how the code is actually flowing. For example, you are seeing this part. So I have tried in the postman some error was there. Like let's leave that part because it's not useful for us now. So I will just show you not how to do this checking. So like my next topic is how the actually the data is flowing. Let me show you that. So I'm just going for the registration and under this email let me write my email only. I think it will take it. So for example, I'm giving some dummy email. So fake at the rate at the rate gmail.com, and username is I'm giving a random. Password I am giving as you can see the password I am just giving. Password I am giving as 1234 basic password. Let me check the password also. Yeah, 1234 I have given. First name I am giving as random. Not random. I am just giving your name only. Yogi Raj. Last name as Shinde. Sorry for the sorry for my spelling. If anything wrong, please forgive me. I'm giving the phone number as again the same problem. Sorry for that because I am sorry again because in between I think the recording was off because of my mistake. Don't worry about that. Maximum of it has been recorded. So let me see what it has done. I think you can see over here my debugging things like I'm just copying it and pasting over here. I think you can see very well what is the thing over there. I think you can see this very well. So see how the how from the front end the back end is communicating, because this statement, this list of entries sent from front end, I have given this in the routes.py page. Let me show you. I think you can see that very well. This one, code number 52. So there I have done, but I am actually sending it from the front end, because this part is in the front end only. This is in the front end only. There I am not doing anything. So how actually this is working? So the working process I am just describing in a few words. Like, this is a login registration page. So what I did in the registration page, basically the form data is there. Under that, email is over there. So I am just wrapping up over things over here under this body. So what does this body does? So body.json stringify this dot form data. What does stringify means? It is basically transferring this whole data into JSON object. JSON means, I think you know very well, JavaScript type objects. It is actually like converting into a JSON object. And how it is doing? Because I am giving this statement, this dot form data. So it is basically taking this whole part into a singular stringify objects and sending into the backend. So I have told you that whatever you write under this fetch, this is a fetch part. So it will go under the like go to the backend for processing and all. Then we are taking the response and telling that alert. Okay, so let me make you clear. What does alert means? Alert is basically a like box will come upon, like user was successfully registered and all, that is coming. This is the alert message over there. And after this, the route was there. What is the this dot router dot push? So it basically tells you to move to the login page. And what is the login page? Let me go to the script. This is a login page. So login page is basically this one, basic template where I am using this login site. I hope this whole flow is clear to you. Any problem, tell me. I'm over here. Anything you have not understood? Okay, three members are there. Anyone is there? I think. Okay, I am only doing good. Fine. Any problem till now? Yeah. Similarly, we are going to the login page now. How to create the login page? Yeah, the design again up to you. Whatever you do, see the part where I am doing the model handling. For example, in this part, I am using this email. Okay, one more thing I forgot to do, since you have not told. I like there was a communication gap between us. So there may be another question, that how does this data actually bind with us? So binding purpose and all, we are using this structure called V model. So I have told you in the first class, remember the V model, V if and all. So here I am doing this type of stuff. In the under the double quotes, I am telling form data dot emergency contact relationship. I think you can easily get that. And how to do that? Because in this input tag, what does this input tag tells us? In that input box, you are actually typing something. So it is actually binded by this type of things. I think I made that thing very clear to you. So you have understood this thing. This is a basic fine thing which I am just telling you for your purpose only. So again, for the login page, same thing over there. So we are having this input part. What for email address? Like, let me open this one. So this is a login page. This is the email address. So under this email address, we are having this input bar. So basically, this is the input bar. This box is the input bar. So under this box, what I am telling him to write, that email address is form data dot email address under the V model. So it is taking that V model as a basically binding the data and all. Similarly, we are using the same input for V password, and we are doing the stuffs. Now the thing is, how we are actually logging. So beside in the below part, there is an important thing. For example, when you were creating on like clicking on this one, I think in the previous first class I have told you what does the work of add click. So it is basically triggering. It actually triggers the function. So what does it does? It actually when we click on that button login, so it is provoking or like making the login user activate. So what is login user? Let me see that. This is a login user part. So what does it tells us? Fetch the API login. Let me see what is the API login. The routes. This is, yeah. So what is API login? Where is this API login? Let me find it. See, it's a API login. It's a basic thing. For example, let me show you by Postman also. This is a API. Okay, I think sequence is API slash login. Okay, and I need two things over here. Uh, Basically, I need email and password. But how I have programmed it, I will tell you. For example, I am giving only the email, not the password. What will happen? Let's see. Yeah, I'm giving us this one, something random. Let me see. I think it's a post one only. Yeah. What is error could not send? Any problem is there? Or I've ended the. Okay, I've ended the thing. Okay, okay. I've ended the thing. That's the reason. Uh, Okay, did not attempt to load. Again, the same thing. For example, I am giving an email that is this one, fake at the rate dummy. Sorry, fake at the rate gmail.com. Gmail.com. Unsupported media type. Why? Okay, it's not Java. JavaScript is I think right. Any problem there or what? Okay. Content. Yeah. Let me check this also. Content type is basically I think it may create any problem over there. Application.json. Postman is creating like difficulties these days. Yeah. So see this one, what it did? It tell that bad request because I have not sent that part. So I am just giving a comma and sending the password. I think I'm doing some wrong or what with the postman. The postman only having this problem. Password is 12345. Yeah, again the same thing. I think comma is not required over here. I think this is a problem. Let me. Okay, it's would be JSON I think, but I do not know the problem over here. I think this is creating problem. I will check that one. I am just showing you in the browser one. For example, I'm giving this a fake one, that fake this fake part, and I'm giving a wrong password. So it will tell me wrong credential. For example, I'm not giving the password, so it will tell that password is required. So if I just give this one, let me see what it does. Still email is required. So basically, I have created this logic over here. I am like basically I have this is a very easy structure. If the email is not there, I will tell you that email is required. If password is not there, I will tell password is required. And focus on the things. For example, I am defining a message. I think you can see easily. Message is over here. Message is email is required, and here password is required. So what it actually does, it is actually telling it to like sending in the backend. How it is sending in the backend? Let me show you the login page. So just wait. Okay. Yeah, so it's now over. So what does it actually tells that in the backend it is actually sending two things, email, password, and message. So message is for that, and I am just creating a dynamic content so that you can see that wrong message and everything over here. So this is how the whole things happens over here, and this part I will explain you next class because this is not a part of the login page. It is a part how you are jumping from the login page to the admin page, patient dashboard page, and the doctor dashboard page. This works are in progress. So this part I have over. Like my content is over. Anything you want to ask, you can ask. Or any questions you have. Let me see. Any questions you have? Any questions? If you do not have any question, we can end the class. I think I can. I think you can hear me. Any questions? I'm waiting for your reply and answers and all. Okay, before that, okay. So there is one issue with that. Since I was doing the manual codings and all, I think by any chance one key was pressed and this class has been breaked a bit. So when I noticed it, I again started the recording. So do not worry, I will just merge the two classes in a one video only and then post it to the YouTube. Just be sure any parts, if any part is missing, I do not know, I can't check that part. So I will be merging the two videos. So please manage that part. Any issues with that? Any issues with that? I think the issue is no problem. Okay, so I'm just ending the class.